Continued outrage and controversy over that $400 million cash transfer to Iran by the Obama administration on the same day 4 American prisoners were released by Iran.
Barack Obama, when the Iranian people were rising up it's a little more than 10 years ago now, he did absolutely nothing. He did nothing. Barack Obama, Mr. Peace and progressive values and everything else, he let those people die when they tried to rise up against the mullahs over a decade ago. But not only did he do that, he shipped hundreds of millions of dollars to the Iranians that then we know they used for terror and a whole bunch of other bad stuff. Here's Jake Tapper from 2016.
Welcome back to The Lead. I'm Jake Tapper in Ohio, battleground state where we're covering the presidential contest. But let's turn to our world lead today. Continued outrage and controversy over that $400 million cash transfer to Iran by the Obama administration on the same day 4 American prisoners were released by Iran. The White House denies that the money was a ransom payment. Footage aired on Iranian television, however, purports to show the money arriving in Tehran, and that is raising renewed questions about whether this was a quid pro quo. CNN Chief National Security Correspondent Jim Sciutto has been digging into the mystery. Jim, you're learning new details about how the cash was delivered?
That's right, Jake. A senior State Department official tells me that it was not a U.S. plane that delivered that cash, but these officials, the president himself, acknowledged that cash was sent, and we are now seeing what Iranian state television says what all that money in cash looked like. A pallet loaded with what Iranian state television claims is cash sent by the U.S. The narrator says to pay back Iran's money after 35 years. This video, which CNN cannot authenticate, aired in Iran just days after the release of 4 American prisoners. At the Pentagon Thursday, President Obama dismissed any connection between the cash payment, which he acknowledged, and the prisoners' release, saying that negotiations were entirely separate.
Okay, so quid pro quo, right? That's what they wanted to literally impeach Trump on, even though we know that Joe Biden was doing a quid pro quo with Ukraine, but that's a whole other side deal. But okay, we're giving tons of cash to the Iranian institutions, to the Iranian regime. What do you think they are going to do with it? Well, here's Barack Obama after he was very excited to give them another $56 billion.
It is true that if Iran lives up to its commitments, it will gain access to roughly $56 billion of its own money. But the notion that this will be a game changer, with all this money funneled into Iran's pernicious activities, misses the reality of Iran's current situation. Iran's leaders have raised the expectations of their people that sanctions relief will improve their lives. Even a repressive regime like Iran's cannot completely ignore those expectations. And that's why our best analysts expect the bulk of this revenue to go into spending that improves the economy and benefits the lives of the Iranian people.
God, what a nothing in a suit. How he did it, it'll be studied for years to come. How he got everybody to jump on hope and change and everything else. Our analysts think if we give them $56 billion, it'll help the economy and the people. Well, what happened? What actually happened over the last 10 years? They built a war machine. Did they do anything progressive, Barry? Did they free the women? How are the gays doing over in Iran? Did they decide to scale back the war machine? Like, just terrible.